Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, the action continues here for the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, USA. This is Golden Boy Fight Night on YouTube, and it is presented to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with Tabella Entertainment, sponsored to you by Hennessy, Never Stop, Never Settle, and odds for tonight's fights are brought to you by Bet Online. Also by O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. The three judges scoring this contest at ringside are Ellis Johnson, Ruben Carrion, and Angel Mendez, and a referee in charge of the action, John Shorley. And now, fight fans, here we go, 10 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with the colors of Mexico. He officially weighed in at 141 pounds. In 20 professional contests, his record consists of 13 victories. 6 wins coming to you by way of knockout, 5 defeats with 2 draws. Coming to us from Tepic, Mexico, here is Alejandro La Rana Frias. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with trainer Lamont Roach Sr., Chris Ray, and Roberto Hernandez representing Team No Excuse. Tonight wearing blue with gold trim, he officially weighed in at 139.4 pounds. Tonight he goes through the ropes perfect. 12 pounds, 12 victories, 7 wins coming to you by way of knockout, no defeats. Here is the undefeated southpaw from Dallas, Texas, USA, George Rincon.
Okay, guys. Yo quiero una pelea limpia. Obedezcan mis órdenes y protéjanse a todo tiempo. Toco guantes.
As we get ready for our third fight of the afternoon here in San Antonio, Texas, Beto Duran alongside the 150-pound champ, the Professor Joshua Franco. Is our third fight. 6 of them total scheduled for you here on YouTube. We see the comments. We appreciate you checking in. George Rincon from Dallas, Texas. He's the southpaw in blue. He's 12-0, 7 KOs. Alejandro Frias, La Rana Frias is his nickname. He's 13-5-2 from Tepic, Nayarit, Mexico. I saw him fight a few months ago on the Mikey Garcia undercard where Mikey lost in Fresno. This dude fought a young prospect, and he came out and just throwing bombs early on. He was good for 4 rounds. He ended up getting stopped in the 5th. But we'll see if he takes that same approach today against George Rincon. Rincon, 12-0, mentioned from Dallas, Texas. Now, you know him, right? You guys used to be in the same amateur tournaments?
Yeah, we always been around in the Texas boxing area, so we always see each other whenever we go to tournaments, Golden Gloves, Silver Gloves, him and his brother, Alex Rincon.
Yeah, Alex Rincon coming off a knockout victory a couple of weeks ago at the Galen Center in Southern California. They're from Dallas, but they train in Washington, D.C. with Team No Excuse, Lamont Roach Sr.'s gym in the D.C. area. And you guys were on the Texas national teams. Not at the same time, but you guys were there.
Not at the same time,
representing your state.
Yeah, we both represented our state in the Golden Gloves and the Nationals.
That's a big honor for a fighter for Texas, right? That's one of the goals?
Yeah, it's one of the goals. We always, every time we go to a tournament, we always rep each other. We always rep each other strong.
The southpaw is Rincon. La Ranita is what I talk about right there.
He's coming hard,
yep.
Trying to prove a point. Alex Rincon just staying calm, feeling him out, letting him come. He's not getting hit. Good defense. I think he does feel that La Ranita is strong. I think he does feel that.
And that was the approach that he had that afternoon in Fresno when I saw him.
But he knows that he's coming out strong, so he's staying calm and he sees everything coming.
Rincon just turned 30 years old. was a fighter with Olympic aspirations, so he was going through that world trying to make the U.S. team. The guy that Frias lost to that night in Fresno was Brock Jarvis.
Good shot.
Brock Jarvis, 20-year-old Australian. And that's going to be ruled a slip. And Frias had Jarvis hurt in the second round. They allowed it to continue, and then Jarvis came back in the fifth and stopped Frias.
That looked like a knockdown right there.
Yep, referee ruled it in slips. And the attitude and the approach from Frias is, I can't let a judge or a referee take it away from me today.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
He's coming hard.
He is definitely doing that, so we have a good scrap coming here for you on Golden Boy YouTube. After this, it'll be the heavyweight Tristan Calcruz, then Gregory Morales Goyo, and Patrick Teixeira. But thank you for checking in wherever you may be here this afternoon. Now at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock here in San Antonio will be the DAZN broadcast with Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix. That'll be the broadcast for you. And that's where you'll be able to see Ryan Garcia. So right now, these fights for free right here on YouTube. But the DAZN broadcast, you got to download the app and check it out later on this afternoon. This is the third fight, 10 of them scheduled here in San Antonio. The crowd will be filling in later on. This one in the welterweight division, 10 rounds scheduled here at the Alamo Dome.
Frias is trying to touch gloves every time he comes out.
Do you like that when guys try to do that?
I would say no, because that's just a sign of not respect, but what kind of like respect?
Yeah. It's like, but it's like, dude, okay.
I feel like there's no respect when you're in the ring.
Like we touch gloves the first time.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do it every round, right?
Yeah.
La Ranita Frias. And where'd that nickname come from? Said out because the Muppets, La Rana. That's where he got it, because he used to watch the Muppets, and the name stuck with him. First time he's fighting in Texas. George Rincon has a good fan base here. Got to get going in the second. So he's trying to figure out Frias. This is a step up for Rincon too. 12-0, they got to move him. Frias' record, don't let it fool you, 13-5-2, but a lot of those came early on. They didn't have much of an amateur background. I was like, well, what was your amateur style? He's like, well, I was fighting in the streets.
Yeah. so he's not gonna back down. Nice body shot from Rincon. Snuck it in there.
The lefty of Rincon. What's he have to do, Josh, to establish control?
I think he's doing well. He's taking his time. He's feinting. Trying to see what Frias bites off of the feints and stuff.
And when you know you got a guy like Frias who's going to be real aggressive, who's looking for that knockout, how do you control the fight?
You just stay calm, and you just stay calm. Yeah, you got a little tangled up right there. Frias is strong, so you're gonna have to be careful. But he's doing well. He sees everything. He has his defense tight, and he's just being patient.
Yeah, it looks like the approach from Frias is just going to try to load up and get that knockout.
Looks like his eyes swelling up a little bit.
Yeah, Rincon's right eye is starting to swell up underneath the eyebrow.
That might be a little nice hook. He still sees though.
Yep. He sees
clean.
that and lands the hook. Moving Frias back. Frias kind of giving that look like, all right, you got me there.
Yeah. But he's not letting it get to him. He's still staying sharp, still staying calm.
Yeah, that's good swelling on the right eyebrow of George Rincon. His corner's going to have to work, and he drops him. Rincon with the left hand drops Frias here late in the round. He countered and got him. Frias fell into the ropes. He says he's fine. And that'll do it for two.
Nice.
And really, Frias coming back, and he's like mad at himself.
He's mad.
Yeah, when you're that aggressive, Josh Franco, There's going to be times where you make a mistake, and here it is.
Yep. Right there, straight two right there. It's the one that got him. I think the hook before that buzzed him too. The straight two just did it.
Yep.
Good shot by Rincon.
Good job by the crew getting that replay from different angles.
Yeah.
Back in the production truck. So a knockdown for Rincon in the second. So now what's the approach now, Josh, for you? You knock a dude down at the end of a round. How do you come out for the third?
You just come out the same. Just be calm. I don't feel like Frias wasn't really hurt too much, but I feel like Rincon, he knows what to do. He's gonna remain calm and look for another shot like that.
And you see the Frias is just trying to let his hands go. And his
strong.
corner's telling him to let his hands go.
Yeah, he looks every time he lands, he looks like he's strong.
Yeah, we're right in the corner, the blue corner. That's where Frias, and the instructions we heard from his corner was just go, go. It wasn't much like technical stuff. It was like just throw.
You know he's strong because Rincon is already swelling up from the face, and it's barely the third round. But he's still doing good.
So if you're Rincon, more boxing, like
yeah,
you don't want to mix it up.
Just
You
do
don't
what
want
he's
to get
doing.
ugly, right?
Keep doing what he's doing. He's smart.
So throw that left. Rincon.
Yeah, he's setting it up with the jab, his feints, keeping his defense tight.
Third bout of the afternoon. 6 of them scheduled for you free here on YouTube.
Though he's getting more comfortable.
10 fights total. Presented by Golden Boy Promotions.
Good jab by Frias.
Yeah, we haven't seen many jabs.
He's tricky. He's using his footwork to try to throw Rincon off.
What do you see? What do you mean by the footwork?
Yeah, you see how he's bouncing like that. He's trying to find the rhythm.
So Frias bouncing around trying to find the
Rincon
rhythm.
also has his rhythm with his shoulders and his feinting too.
World champion Joshua Franco with the observations here ringside, inside the Alamo Dome. Hook landed by Rincon, do one at a time.
Frias coming back strong again.
Tepic, Nayarit is where Frias is from. Two fighters trying to figure each other out.
Yeah.
They're in the third round. The rugged Frias in white. More technical, Rincon in blue. Why blue? It's his favorite color.
Frias he's crafty in there, so you got to be careful. But Rincon knows that he could hurt him, so I think just knowing that is pretty good.
That swelling on the right eye of Rincon. You have to monitor that, see how Team No Excuse controls it as the fight progresses.
He's not letting it bother him though. He's still doing what he's supposed to do. Good hook.
Frias comes in, Rincon answers. And Frias lands one of his own.
I think Rincon needs to go to the body more. Find some openings to the body.
Well, somebody needs to do something here. Final seconds of the third, scheduled for 10.
Now see, right there, keep going to the body. Every time he opens up.
Head to the fourth round, scheduled for 10. George Rincon in blue. Renita Frias in white. It's a different approach from Frias. Like I mentioned, I saw him in Fresno last year where he was coming out throwing punches and bunches. Here he might throw one, but then he steps back. Because Rincon, what do you see that he's doing well, Joshua Franco?
He has a good rhythm going on his upper body with shoulders, and he's comfortable in there. He's has his defense tight. He's feinting. He's looking for an opening. But I mean, Frias is tough. He's gonna keep coming and coming. So it's gonna be hard to find it. But I think he will. There he goes. Yeah, Frias he's rugged in there.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, he's dirty.
That's another way to put it. So what would Robert Garcia be telling you right now?
Just to be smart and.
I mean, use the good language here. Like,
now he would just be telling me to remain calm, be smart, and just keep breaking him down because Frias he's still fresh and he still has the power, so he's dangerous.
And then Pita will be saying something else.
Pita will be getting.
He gets hot.
Yeah.
Fighters trying to figure out what's going on. And Rincon is going to take his time.
Yeah, he's taking his time because he feels that he's still strong. I think when on the inside, when Frias opens up, and that's when Rincon should try to sneak a body shot in there, a good body shot.
Yeah, the corner of Frias, I don't know if you just heard him, said, organize your attack. You're doing too much. They don't quite like what you see from him. Like he's changing things up in the middle of a round all the time. Rincon the southpaw. It's like Rincon's waiting to counter.
Yeah. He's looking for an opening for sure.
Yes, he was able to do that in the second round when he dropped Frias. Yeah, you're fighting the southpaw, Josh.
Yeah.
You know a thing or two about fighting southpaws, don't you?
Yeah. I never fought one in the professional, but I fought a bunch when I was in amateurs.
Yeah. It's just weird. It takes a while to figure each other out.
Yeah. And when a southpaw pushes you back, that's dangerous.
Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed.
It's rare for you to say, no, I'm not southpaw, Beto.
Yeah.
Is your brother?
My brother's southpaw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The brother,
He's
Bam
dangerous.
Rodriguez. I know you love your brother, but you're not trying to give him too much credit yet, right? Wait, have you ever sparred your brother?
Yeah, we sparred a few times.
You have?
We still do.
You still do?
Yeah, but we don't go hard. We just work with each other.
It's just more to work with each other. Of course, that's Bam Rodriguez, who moved up in weight and won himself a belt.
Shout out to my brother Bam, who's watching.
Is Bam watching?
Yeah, shout out to my brother.
Bam, Team Bam. Is he coming to the fights?
He's not gonna be here.
Oh man, that's messed up. You didn't get him no tickets.
No.
Bam Rodriguez, shout out to him, champion. Saw him at the weigh-in the other day. We had a pretty good interview with you guys. So when you do spar the lefty, which is your brother,
Yeah.
what approach do you take? So like if you're Frias right now, what are you looking at? In the southpaw, where, like, what do you have to do?
Just keep the foot on the outside, a lot of jabs, a lot of feints, and keep moving to the outside like he's doing right there.
Land the right. Lincoln's complaining that was another headbutt.
Yeah, he looks
And he's like, let's touch gloves. Rick goes, I don't want to touch gloves.
I think he's slowly figuring him out though.
Rugged is one way to describe Frias. Like, just come at you. There's not much style and not much technique between Frias. So Frias is looking to get into that firefight of just chuck him and get in the middle and just swing as much as you can.
Yeah.
Rincon can't afford to do that.
Nah.
It may not be the most exciting, but if you're Rincon, it's the smartest thing to do.
Yeah. And he's landing.
He landed that one. which is a left by Rincon in blue. And Frias is countering, but doesn't have much coming back.
Yeah.
And their feet tangled
Still
up. You see them almost go down, both of them. And just pushing them into the ropes.
Yeah.
Grinding. Yeah.
Good body shot.
George Rincon right now is having to do everything he possibly can to gain some space, and Frias and Encimoso just all over him. And the swelling from the right eye continues to grow for George Rincon. It was a clash in the second round. There's a reason they give you a guy like Frias to figure out what you can do as you move up and you progress. Rincon with 12 pro fights. Got a knockout on the last victory.
Yeah, Rincon's a pretty smart fighter.
But you got to figure guys out.
Yeah, he takes his time.
Frias is he's having fun in the ring in his own way.
Yeah.
Like he'll throw a punch or he'll miss or he's very animated.
They both look like they're pretty comfortable, but I feel like Rincon is a little bit uncomfortable when Frias starts coming forward.
I mean, nobody likes when you're all over each other. You're in his face and you're grabbing him, right?
Yeah.
You fought anybody like that?
I never fought anybody like that.
Because you're giving yourself space?
Yeah.
Now, have you sparred some people like that?
Oh, yeah, I have. Crazy Azat.
Oh, you sparred Azat Hovhannissian?
Yeah.
Azat Hovhannissian, we'll be seeing him later on as the DAZN opener at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific with Todd Grisham on the broadcast. So Azat is a perfect example of a fighter that just keeps coming.
He keeps coming, and he's strong.
Scheduled for 10 rounds. We're in the 6th round of action. Beto Duran, Joshua Franco here watching on this fight. Up next will be the heavyweight Tristan Calcruth. This is our 3rd bout of the afternoon.
I think this is when they start picking it up a little bit more. Going in the 6th round.
And I think you heard the corner of Orlando Frias telling him, you got to throw punches. We came to win. You need to throw punches if you want to win.
Yeah.
And as the coach, I'm looking at it, as he did that, Frias moved back and the coach just put his hands up like, like, come on. Like he's not listening to him.
Yeah.
He lands a right hand that goes through the ropes. It looked like Frias was, he didn't push him out. It looked like Frias was trying to hold him up. As Rincon landed a shot,
looked like he hurt his
Frias.
back.
You cannot help Rincon get into the ring. Referee's going to stop the time. You cannot help him get back into the ring. He has to get in the ring on his own.
Take your time.
He takes time. So the time was stopped. And we'll get you the replay. He hit his back, but luckily he did not hit his head on the monitors that are here ringside. That's where the DAZN broadcast is going to be. So Rincon gets back in on his own. Great job of the cameraman in the corner, the white corner, on it.
Hurt his back.
And you see a big red mark on his back, and that's where he went through. So he
It looked like he pushed him through, though.
So Frias was hit, and then he came forward.
Yeah.
And the momentum, as we'll get you a replay between rounds, is Rincon just in his trunks. And the referee's telling him about the pushing. And they're going to give Rincon time to get ready. So Rincon hit the edge of the mat. And there is padding there, so but that's where his back is. Not much padding, but there is padding. The great thing is that he did not go and fall onto the announcer's table.
Yeah.
Pick up the time here in the 6th round. That could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't as we continue the round. You can see Rincon getting frustrated, like, okay, you were roughing me up, doing things a couple of rounds earlier. That now it's like, now I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's much to figure out now. And there he throws that punch with authority, that right hand. Smothering himself is Frias.
Yep.
Like he's trying to load up, but he's not giving himself space. In the corner is Frias.
Looking like trying to set something up too is Frias.
Like Frias is trying to go to
Yeah, it's like baiting him in.
Trying to land that uppercut there that missed.
Stop. Break.
Interesting round between Frias and George Rincon. Rincon with his work cut out for him with the veteran Alejandro Ranita Frias. Rincon answers with the left and the right. Ranita with a body shot. Yeah, they're just, you don't have to worry about finding your opponent. He's right there in front of you.
Yeah. But he's dangerous too, because he's wild.
Final seconds of the 6th round. Interesting round. We'll get you the replay, see what happened. As Rincon went through the ropes. And Frias in his corner. All right, let's see here what happened. So Rincon landed a punch. And
oh, look like that was a hard hit.
Reverse angle. Landed that. So Frias looked like he slipped, and then the push.
Oh, yeah, it looked like he hit it really hard.
Yeah, that right there, right where it's black, that's the very edge of the mat. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an ugly fight for Rincon to deal with.
It's an ugly fight for both guys,
Yeah.
Joshua Franco.
Yeah.
Go to the next round. Referee is going to stop. And now we can have the time in. All right, here we go. All right, 7th round of action, 10th scheduled between George Rincon and blue, Alejandro Frias. After this will be the heavyweight Tristan Calcruth and Santander Silgado, the veteran. And Goyo Morales, Gregory Morales against Katsuma Akitsuki, 2 undefeated fighters. Then our last fight here on YouTube, which is free, Patrick Teixeira, Paul Valenzuela. And the DAZN broadcast, which you need to have the DAZN app to check out, opens up with the Zat Venetian. Rincon, the undefeated fighter, in blue. He's swelling on his right eye, which started in the 2nd round. Looks like he's been controlled. So if you're George Rincon right now, Joshua Franco, what do you do?
If I was him, I would start picking it up and putting pressure back on Frias, you know, and try to hurt him to the body, and you know, put combinations together.
So get into another gear.
Yeah, get into another gear. Yeah, he needs to pick it up.
Yeah, referee really having to work right now for this fight. Separating the two. Rincon, recently married, works as a boxing fitness instructor, also works at a gym.
That was a good body shot by Frias.
Yep. That's a good shot landed by Rincon.
He said, I'm going to get you back with mine.
Well, because they're so close to each other, it's hard to get any kind of combinations going.
Yeah.
And the referee telling him be careful with leading with the head. There was another headbutt.
Yeah.
And Rincon thought there was a stoppage in time. There was no stoppage. The referee was warning him. Oh, you see the blood from the.
It's ugly.
Oh, that's from the forehead of Rincon. They're going to call in the doctor. I mean, because they were so close to each other, I didn't see a clash, but the blood is obviously the result of it.
Frias is
he's a
dirty fighter, yeah.
George Rincon having his hands full. He's going to work it, and then blood gushing, and a point is going to be deducted from Frias for the headbutt. He was warned, and here comes the point. So Frias has been dropped in the second, and a point deducted here in the 7th. And that blood is going to be coming down into the eyes of Rincon, who's already has his right eye starting to close.
Rincon, he's in the tough on both of them, though.
Yeah. And the corner of Alex Rincon needs to get to work. Stop the blood on his forehead. Stop the swelling on his right eye. Nothing there yet. Still looking for the clash. You see Rincon. Yeah, it was hard to see where it was at, but it was definitely happened.
Yeah, he felt it.
So we'll be heading to the 8th round. Beto Duran, Joshua Franco are now joined by Alex Rincon, fresh off of a knockout victory at the Gannon Center a couple weeks ago. He's also the brother of George Rincon. So he's going to join us here ringside. Alex, what are they saying to the corner over there? And I saw you sitting by there.
They're telling him to stick to the game plan, keep that range, a little bit more in the mid-range, only because if you go on the inside with this guy's an extremely dirty fighter, keeps punching by the head. He leads with his head as well. It just makes the fight a little bit more difficult. Work smarter, not harder.
I saw you stand up a couple of times yelling instructions. What were you yelling?
Some words I can't say on here.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, man, I ride for my brother, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I see anything like that, you're a little wild, I'm going to get wild too. So.
That's the voice of Alex Rincon, George's younger brother. Now, you guys knew what kind of fighter you were getting in Frias, right? When you guys took this fight?
Well, George obviously did. For me, I was in camp with him, so I was focused on my fight.
Okay.
And I never really got around to looking at who he was fighting. I just got the details from the camp, from Coach Lamont, my father, Coach Robert. And, they knew the game plan. So I know whenever they tell you how a fighter is, what the setups are and how the game plan should be. But this guy's a really, really rugged fighter. He leads with his head a lot. I'm surprised the ref hasn't called more points off, even disqualified this guy.
Like he hurt or something.
Rincon lands a shot, and Ranita looks like he's trying to goad him, right? He looks like he's playing possum.
And this is what we were expecting as well. He likes to sit on the rope sometimes. But with a fighter like that, sometimes people bait you in. Sometimes people think that, he's going to sit here and ball up. But a smart fighter, a veteran, will do that to set you up to counter.
And that's what George Rincon did not fall for it. As more blood from the forehead, right on the hairline. Lands a good left, does Rincon in blue. Right hand from Rincon. One at a time, though, Joshua Franco.
Yeah, he's doing good. I feel like he should put more combinations together.
Rincon?
Rincon, yeah.
Get some combinations from him.
But he's setting up some good body shots.
I think George is also seeing how this guy, again, leading with his head. And the guy has an awkward style. He's actually a pretty unpredictable fighter with his offense. He has his hands a little bit low, but you also want to watch out for that right hand. Usually when a fighter has that front hand low, they want to throw a quick flick jab. And this guy's coming in with that right hand, and then on the inside, it's a rugged fighter, so you kind of have to be careful and cautious with everything you do with this guy.
Hey, how's the eye? Was he complaining about it?
No, I didn't see any complaints about the eye. I think he's fine. I think if anything, it's more about the cut now. I think it's just the headbutts. It's constant headbutts, constant forearms to the face, and the clinch on the inside. Oh, I don't even want to say it's a clinch. He's not even able to clinch with this guy.
Yeah. Hey, who's working cuts in the corner over there?
Christopher Ray, used to be Bernard Hopkins' old cut man back in the day. Great man, great cut man as well.
Well, he's got his work cut out between rounds, trying to stop the swelling on the right eye of Rincon. And the blood from the forehead as we head to the 9th. And Frias, La Ranita Frias just comes back to the corner. Like, it's hard to tell. Like, he has that attitude of like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. And I think he might think he's winning this fight, the way he's walking around. But he was knocked down in the 2nd, had a point deducted in the 7th.
He's walking around with confidence. I think he's happy that he's in this fight, you know, doing what he's doing. And I mean, he's bringing, you know, he's making George earn his win. These guys come up with a lot of different things that I think George has seen it all. But whenever you have it in front of you, his first 10-round fight, trying to be aware and get familiar with the rounds and you know, the gas tank. But George is still, you know, having a good game plan, sticking to it. It's a tough fight. It's a rough fight, but you know, hey, that's where we're at now. You know, 10-round fights.
He had to deal with the swelling, the cut, and the push out the
all,
ring. Yeah,
he's getting it all in one fight, man.
And a guy laying on top of you the entire fight.
Yeah.
Frias continues to put the glove out between rounds.
Yeah.
Josh hates that. Alex?
I do too.
You do?
I do too.
It's like, okay, you already pushed me through the ropes, headbutted me a couple times.
You still want to touch gloves.
Now you want to be a sportsman about it?
Yeah.
Hey, Frias in there feeling himself. Rincon. As his brother Alex was saying, it's going to be his first 10-round fight. It's the first time he's gone 9 rounds as he's progressing in his career. And that's one way to you learn. And he lands a strong right, does Frias. And the referee tells him he led with his head. The referee's like, okay, let's keep going.
You see George is, you know, staying a little bit on his toes. As he's moving, George is circling him. He's staying a little bouncy so he can, you know, react off his feet, set up that left hand, set up some counters. But again, this guy's so unpredictable. Even when you want to counter him, you pretty much have to expect to be in the clinch as soon as you throw. He's going to come in with that forehead, and he's going to make it dirty like he's doing right now.
It looks like it's desperation time now for Frias here in the 9th. Dropped in the 2nd, point deducted in the 7th. It looks like he's just going to start unloading the heavy shots, looking for one big shot. Is Ranita Frias from Tepic, Nayarit, Mexico in white.
Rincon covering up really well though. He sees everything. Frias he's gonna keep coming. He's dirty.
Beautiful left hand.
Yep,
Beautiful
he
left hand.
landed that nice left to snap back the head of Frias.
And you see that punch has been landing a lot, and it could be landing a little bit more if George let that left hand go. He's walking down that midline, but again, he's coming with all these crazy shots that it's hard to time from, you know, every now and then.
Yeah, no combinations, no jabs from Frias. It's just let me load up now.
I feel like those crazy shots he throws on the inside are his combinations. It's just his style.
Yeah.
But they're not like put back to back to back.
Yeah.
He's throwing a bunch of shots.
Yeah. And your brother sees everything coming.
And as much as someone could be watching, you know, everyone watching at home, looking, saying like, man, like he sees it. That's probably the best when the fighter's that dirty and rugged on the inside. That's probably the cleanest and best he could look on the clinch while trying to move and also deal, because you have to protect yourself. At the same time, you have to watch out for the dirty tactics. You're trying to stay in there and careful with his punches.
Yeah. Just overall dangerous fighter.
Yeah, dangerous.
Rincon lands a left, body shot landed by Frias. But one at a time for both fighters.
This is definitely one of those. It's a chess match.
Yeah.
It's a chess match. It's probably not the cleanest chess match, but it's a chess match. They're picking shots. It's
the
not.
fans right now are actually saying, come on, man, don't do something. As a fighter, though, that's hard to be in there.
Yeah.
Frias landed a big shot. The final seconds of the round. As we head to the 10th and final. And look, Frias looking back, still more sportsmanship, touching gloves. Do you guys like touching gloves after the round?
I don't mind it.
All right.
It's kind of like I'll put my hand out there like, yeah, all right, cool, whatever.
But you're not initiating.
Every now and then I will, you know. But this guy would touch hands with him.
Nah.
This guy, with this guy.
He might be sneaky.
No, this guy, dude. We're going to have 2 fights. We're going to have the fight in the ring and then afterwards.
To see him in the locker room after.
Yeah.
Just playing.
More weight in his locker room.
Go. Your dad is the one who introduced you guys to boxing, right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
As he said, I fought as an amateur, but I started really late. I wanted to be a pro, and I took my kids to the gym, and there they go. Bam, your father took you to the gym. You're a pro.
Bam.
I'm waiting
Call
for
him out, bro.
I'm waiting for I'm trying to get Josh.
for you.
It's Joshua
I'll take it. I'll
Franco.
take it.
His brother, Bam. I'm waiting to see if Josh is still with me right now. Ready to knock some fools out. 10th and final round.
Beautiful right hook by George. Catching him on the wing in, rushing with his head. When a fighter rushes like that, you have two shots that can pretty much, or really three. A straight punch, having them meet you halfway. An uppercut if they drop their head down, or that check hook that George has been landing.
Yep.
All right, Josh, when you know a fighter is desperate like Frias right now, what do you have to do?
Just keep doing what he's been doing, staying calm, and he's looking for the openings because Frias is he's dangerous and he's wild, so you got to be careful. So I think he's doing good. He's doing a good job.
Yeah. Alex, same with you. Like, a guy knows he's going for one punch. How do you not let him land that big shot?
You know what I mean? With a guy like that, you just have to box him. You got to stay on the stick. You got to move. You got to add a lot of feints. With a guy like that, you have to feint pretty often to make sure that you're seeing and you're reading those punches. He's going to show. He's especially right now when he's desperate. You feint, he's going to throw everything. You can have that half step back and then pivot. You just can't go in a straight line because they're going to just keep punches coming at you out of desperation.
Went low right there.
New York, if you're watching, the DAZN broadcast will start at 9 o'clock Eastern time. That's where Drew Ruiz is watching in Brooklyn. Team Modelo, get ready for the Wash Club run on Sunday. We go boxing at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Starts with the Zaho Venetian, then Marlena Esparza, followed by Gabe Rosado, and Ryan Garcia, the main event on YouTube.
Keep boxing, keep boxing.
On DAZN. So you got Alex over here doing the broadcast and also giving his brother information saying keep boxing. As the fight winds down.
I'm a little surprised I was able to hold that in that long.
It's different.
It is different. And actually, I was pressing that button so y'all couldn't hear it, but
Okay.
it didn't work.
Hey, we just get people behind the scenes, man. That's what they want to have. Thank you for watching this fight on YouTube. This is our third one. We have 3 more after this here in San Antonio. Fiesta Week. We're in the Alamo Dome. Ring right on the end zone. Final seconds of the fight between George Rincon and La Ranita Frias.
Yeah,
It
with
was
his head and
rugged.
everything.
It was something. And Frias has a big smile on his face. George Rincon has that smile like, I hope I never see you ever again, right?
Hard-earned win from my brother George. It was a tough, rugged fight. Tough, rugged fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here for the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, we go the distance. And now we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Ellis Johnson has the bout 96-91. Judge Ruben Carrion scores the bout 96-91. And Judge Angel Mendez scores the bout 98-89 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from Dallas, Texas, George Rincon.
Undefeated still, George Rincon. His face, not the prettiest. Leo Max the dog, he's probably gonna look at his owner like, what happened here, sir? As he's got the swelling from right eye. Hey, but he had to earn it. And George Rincon, man. All right, I'm gonna keep it simple. How do you feel, man?
Man, that was obviously a roughest fight to date, you know, but it comes with the territory. You know, it's only gonna make me more aware of what I need to work on and things I want to see in the future. So.
But you expected this kind of fight, but I don't think you expected that kind of fight.
I definitely expected a rough fight. You know, definitely rugged, a little bit more than I expected. But you know, it's just things that I gotta get through and work on for the next time. So.
All right, so that was rough. What about being interviewed by your brother? Go for it, Alex.
So what did you learn, having this fighter in front of you you literally had everything thrown at you in this fight. First 10-rounder. First off, how did you feel it being your first 10-rounder and also dealing with that?
It's just stuff that it comes with the territory. You got to learn how to. Luckily, I've been able to compose myself and stay calm through those situations because, a lot of times people with rugged fighters like that and cuts and things like that, they don't end up making it all the way. So it's something. It's a learning experience every fight.
Well, I have one more question. There's this fighter, Southpaw 6'2". His name's RINCON. Very good-looking man. Also,
Never heard
what
of
do you
him.
think about? What do you think about him?
Never heard of him.
No? Oh, okay.
I'd like to meet him someday.
Yeah. No, he said some good things about you. I heard, but he's a very good-looking guy. He's hard to miss.